Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ServiceNow Interview Guide. In the series of ITSM interview questions, today we discuss one of the important question, which is what is CMDB? I hope you are going through all the videos which we have discussed. Okay. So this is in sequence. You have to follow all those videos to get proper picture. Okay. So let's discuss what is CMDB. That is also one of common question which asked in any interviews. Okay. So now let us discuss a clear definition of CMDB. CMDB, its meaning is Configuration Management Database, is a centralized repository that store information about configuration items and the relationships between them. Okay, so it is a repository. It means it is a kind of database where CIs are stored. It is a CI we discuss at bottom. Just wait for a second. And the relationship between these CIs. Now let us decode this definition. So CMDB is not just a database. It provides visibility into what IT components exist, how they are connected, how changes or incidents impact the services. So basically, it is a visibility thing. Okay, it provides visibility. Visibility into what? What IT components exist, where in a particular company or in an organization. Okay, so you can think. We have an organization. In that organization, we have n number of assets. We have n number of things. Okay, let's call them CIs. So we have the visibility of all those CIs into a database which is known as CMDB. And along with various basic details of these CIs, we know how these CIs are connected. At bottom, I will give you more details. Okay. Now let's move downward and then we'll come to this definition. Let's discuss what is CI first of all. A CI is a configuration item. So a CI is any component that needs to be managed to deliver an IT service. So now things should be clear to you. In order to deliver an IT service, what all things we need to deliver that IT service is known as a CI. Example of this CI are server, application, database, network device, cloud device. So CI is a building block of CMDB. So now let me give you one example to make it more clear. You are using emails, right? So there is an email service available in an IT company. So in order to get those emails, what all things are there in your company? Each and every item is known as CI. So just think that email you are getting from a server and somebody is sending it to a server. Okay. So that server, that network device from where this routing is happening, this particular email service is now using that particular routing service. All these are known as CIs. Okay, so we have networking available, we have servers available, we have various applications on them or on that server. So all these components separately are known as a CI. Okay, so that's what is available here. The IT service is email service. And in order to deliver that IT service, we have various servers, applications, databases, all these components in a particular company are available to provide that service. So like this, we have n number of IT services in an IT company. So remember, the database that is CMDB is a huge collection, depends on the size of the organization because it collects or it is having the components of all the IT services. Okay, in the form of these CIs. So now let's go back to this example or our definition. So CI is not just a database. Now you know why. It provides visibility, okay, of all the IT components. Remember, we are talking about IT components here. So server, database, network device, hardware, all these are IT components. Okay, so collection of all the IT components which exist in that company that are providing IT services. And we also know how they are connected, how change and incidents impact the services. Now, we know that a particular CI is there. We know how it is connected with another CI. So now let's say there is an outage. In an outage, it is very important to restore the service as soon as possible. So for that, this CMDB is very important because from this CMDB, we came to know that this particular CI is connected to n number of CIs. So we immediately take actions or we can take proactive actions in case we know that something is going to happen to that CI. For example, in case of upgrades, we already know that 5 CIs are connected to that particular CI, so we can easily inform the customers or the stakeholders of that particular CI who are going to be impacted or affected. Okay, so this is how a good CMDB is helping in a company. That's why we are seeing here that CMDB help IT teams to make informed decisions. Okay. In simple word, CMDB show what you have and how everything is connected. So I hope you are good now. You are able to connect the dots. You know what is a CI? There are n number of CIs. If it is an application, it is an application CI. If it is a server, it is a server CI. If it is a database, it is a database CIs. And you are also saying CI relationships. Application CI is dependent on server CI because application is installed on server CI. And again, server CI is dependent on database CIs because what all information or what all things an application is storing, it is ultimately going to be stored in a database. Without database, a server is nothing, an application is nothing because we are not able to retrieve information in this case. So that's why all these are interdependent. Why CMDB is important in ITSM? CMDB supports ITSM by improving incident resolution, supporting change impact analysis, enabling problem root cause analysis, and increasing the service visibility. Without CMDB, ITSM process work in isolation. So now because we know that in order to provide a particular IT service, what all IT components are connected to it, if we are not able to deliver the service, what all components are going to be impacted. All this live and real-time information is stored in CMDB. That's why to provide ITSM, to provide IT service in any company, CMDB is very much important. And if your CMDB is good, if your CMDB is providing the correct information, it is very well good for you. And in this case, you will improve the incident resolution because you have all the basic details with you. You can take corrective actions as soon as possible. You will not stop or waste time in doing all the R&D, like where I find like to which server this application is connected and all these things. All these things are there in your database, sorry, in your CMDB. You can collect the information, you can take preventive actions, you can take necessary steps. Okay, so that's why it is improving the efficiency, it is improving the change, it is improving the incident resolution time, it is enabling the problem root cause analysis. Okay, because you have the visibility of all the services, all the connected component in front of you. That is why we are saying that without CMDB, ITSM processes work in isolation. Now, one real world example, I already told you, but let's discuss. A critical application goes down. So this is a real time scenario. Let's say for a particular customer, a critical application is now not working. So now what you can see or get from CMDB, which server support that application? Yes, because we have the relationship. So now we can go to application and see what all servers are connected to that particular application, which database it depends on. Like this application is dependent on which database, okay? Which business service is impacted. Obviously, this application is working for a particular business service. So which business service is going to impact it here? So all this information easily you can find in CMDB. Okay. So what will happen then? Support team quickly identify where to act. So they will check the server, they will check the database, and they will check the business service. Okay. Yeah, they know all this information well in advance. Instead of searching, instead of doing all other things on all other application doing R&D, they can do and act on these things, on these CIs first and find the root cause. So it will save time and provide update as soon as possible. Okay, this reduces the downtime and guesswork. I hope you understand now. Just one important information that business services, okay, we will discuss this in detail going forward in new or next, videos. So just stay tuned. What are the common mistakes? Saying CMDB is just an asset list. Okay, no, it is not an asset list. It is an impact list. You can get n number of huge amount of information from it if it is correct. Okay, from where CMDB is getting information. This is also one of the question, and this we will discuss later videos. Ignoring CI relationship. CI relationship is very powerful. People generally are ignoring it. So we should not do that. Treating CMDB as optional. So people think that CMDB is an optional thing, but a good CMDB will definitely help you and your organization. Talking about tools more. So people are generally talking about tools like ServiceNow, Help Desk, Service Desk, and various other tools. But no, CMDB is CMDB irrespective of the tool. Okay. It does not depend on the tool. It depends on how good you are in CMDB, how good you are fetching data and updating your CMDB and using it for further details. What is the structure? Clear definition, you know, from the top. Examples of what all are the CIs, okay? Relationship, what is the relationship between CI, how important it is, and one real-term example. Finally, final interview tip is always mention relationship while talking about CMDB. Whenever you are going to interview, okay, make sure you know what is CMDB, its definition, and the importance of relationship. A good examples of relationship like we discussed at the top. This is very important. If you provide a good example, you will generally, clear the interview because they want to know the power of CMDB, not just what is CMDB. CMDB without relationship is a very little value. Yes, if there is no CI relationship, it means it's just a spreadsheet. In spreadsheets also, you can have the name of all the servers, as well as if there is no relationship in CMDB also, you are just filling the data. You are just adding the name of the servers, nothing more. Okay. So CMDB is the foundation for mature ITSM, ITOM, and service availability. Yes, it is a foundation of all these important things, all these important processes in ServiceNow or in any other tool. Okay. So make sure you understand CMDB properly. You create a good example. Okay. Understand the depth of CI relationships. In next topic, we will go in details and learn about what is a CI. Till then, thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Watch all the videos. Bye.